Are you the eldest child in your family? Do you feel guilty just for expressing your emotions? Do people keep telling you you're wise beyond your years, mature, put together? Congratulations, you're probably traumatized. Let me explain. When you're the firstborn and you've got younger siblings, at some point, you stop being a child. You become the second mom or the second dad. You stop being their kid and start acting like another parent in the house. And what does that mean? It means you're expected to behave, to be a role model because someone younger is watching you. Oh, wait, did you ask to be the sample? Did you choose to grow up faster just so someone else could learn from you? Of course not. You were forced into it. Your brain wasn't ready to parent. You just wanted to play, explore, mess up a little. But instead, it got pushed into the parent mode. Suddenly, you're 10, 12, 15, already carrying responsibility like a badge of honor, and over time, that role becomes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as a kid with needs and dreams of her own. You start seeing yourself as the caretaker, the responsible one. And here's the catch. That role doesn't go away. You start playing the same role in your romantic relationships. You become the mom or the dad in the relationship. You ignore your own needs. You put your partner on a pedestal. You pour from an empty cup and call it love. You lose your self-worth, your confidence, and you wonder why you're always drained. So now what? You need to start defining yourself outside of your sibling role. Forget I'm the big sister or the big brother. Who are you as a person? Not who you are for others, who you are to yourself. You've got to reclaim the right to say, I'm this age, I've got this desire. I have the right to choose this for myself. All those suppressed emotions from childhood, the times you wanted to yell but didn't, act silly but weren't allowed, get mad but were told, don't upset the baby. They're still inside you. And here's the thing, unprocessed rage doesn't disappear. It turns into disease, stress, bitterness. That's why even in adult relationships, you keep feeling resentful. You overgive, then silently stew. You call it kindness, but your body calls it burnout. Start your day by asking, what are my needs today? And until those needs are met, don't prioritize anyone else's, period. But here's the trap. If you've spent your whole life putting others first, the moment you start choosing yourself, you'll feel guilty. You'll feel like a bad person, like you're selfish. But that's not selfish. That's survival. You're not a sponge. You're not a dumping ground. Empaths, people like us, get trained early to absorb energy because as kids, we were constantly scanning the room. What mood is mom in? Is that okay? What's my little sibling doing? Is it safe for me to feel anything right now? So we learn to absorb everyone else's feelings before we even processed our own. And now you ask someone what they want and they start telling you what everyone else wants. What about your mom? What if your dad gets hurt? What if your sister feels bad? You know what I hear? You still don't believe you're allowed to want things just for yourself. So say this with me. I'm not responsible for feelings I didn't create. I'm not responsible for decisions I didn't make. If my parents chose to have more kids, I'm not their parent. Say it. Feel it. Take your power back. If you're using me as your emotional punching bag, you are gonna need some space because I'm not your outlet. I'm not your emotional dump zone. And no, it's none of my business. If you're not going to pull yourself out of this mess, I'm not going down with you. All those sacrifices you're making, one day you'll be old, drained, and empty, and the people you did it for, they'll be gone. Or worse, they'll say, well, no one asked you to. You're like someone trying to save a drowning island, but you can't even swim. You're pouring and pouring into everyone else while you're running on empty. What are you giving anyone when you've got nothing left? You need to understand everyone has their own God. Just like when you were a kid and nobody saw your pain, but somehow you survived. That was your God. And now your brother, your partner, your own kid, they've got their own divine path. You can't shield people from pain. That's not love. That's control. People need pain to learn. And when they call you so mature for staying calm in chaos, that's not a compliment. That's trauma. That's your inner fire bottled up. And you don't even like the praise. Why? Because deep down, you know, they're applauding your silence, your pain, your suppression. Thanks for shutting up and letting them hurt you. That's what they're really saying. And all that unspoken rage, it turns into disease, resentment, cancer, autoimmune shit. You think you're being a parent to everyone, even your boyfriend, but he doesn't need a mom, he needs a partner. Someone who sees him, not someone who fixes him. You're not here to be anyone's savior. You're not their therapist. You're not their second chance. If someone's draining you, stop giving. If it feels like it's hollowing you out, walk away. Let them call you selfish. That's what people say when they can't use you anymore. Let them burn. Nobody's coming to feel your pain for you. Nobody's cared about your childhood fears. Nobody asked how the little girl inside you was doing. So stop dying for people who won't even notice you bleeding. They've got their own God. Let them figure it out. You're done saving everyone. I love you.